Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we are going to do a review for OceanCraft VR, a game released on the Steam store February 8th, 2021 by developer Flood Lab. OceanCraft VR is in early access. It's available for the Valve Index, HTC Vive, and the Oculus Rift. It normally retails for $10. It's on a release sale, 15% off, and I bought it at that sale price. I tested this game out on the Oculus Quest 2 using the Oculus Link cable. So let's address the elephant in the room. I know a lot of people are looking at this game and they're saying that's Raft. Well, maybe, but there's no doubt that this game is heavily inspired by Raft. However, there is one big difference. OceanCraft VR is built from the ground up for VR. Raft is not. So I think the discussion should end there. Plus, this game is in early access. There's very little content right now. So this game can go in a million different places. But yeah, at the start, there are lots of similarities between this and Raft. I personally don't think it's a big deal. I think this is very common in gaming, but some people might have a problem with it. OceanCraft VR is running on the Unity engine. On my RTX 3080, I was getting a pretty consistent 90 frames per second. I would expect that given the low polygon art style that's in this game. There aren't very many settings available in this game. I believe the only settings available are the language, which you can choose between English or German, and the location for the server. So that's probably the best thing about this game, is that you do have different servers and your progress is automatically saved, so that's good. It also has online multiplayer co-op, so you and your friends can all work together to build an immense structure and gather resources together. I was unable to test the multiplayer, so I'm unable to say whether multiplayer works fine or not. I can say that as far as playing by myself, I did host a game, nobody joined, my progress was saved without any problems. I did not experience any disconnects or anything like that. However, there are some Steam reviews that have mentioned issues with playing online and getting disconnected when trying to play with friends with this game. The interactions in this game are pretty basic. As far as locomotion, you only have teleportation. There is no smooth or snap turning. A lot of the interactions are of the point and click variety. The ones that are not are still pretty simple and could use a lot of polish to make them more immersive. In this game, we have several tools that you can use. You have a grappling hook that you'll use to pick up objects from the sea. It basically works like a very simple gun. You shoot it across the ocean and you'll reel anything in as the hook comes back to you. As long as you have inventory space, the objects will automatically go into your inventory. If you don't have enough space though, they will drop on the floor below you. I did have some issues at times where items would just disappear and I just didn't really see where they went. You also have a fishing rod and you obviously use it to catch fish in the ocean. However, the interaction here is very janky. I found it very unintuitive on how to catch fish. You basically have to make sure that you drop it like in front of the fish's path. That way you can guarantee it'll get hooked in a reasonable amount of time. If you just drop it in a random place, it'll usually take forever to catch a fish. There have to be fish around it for it not to take forever to catch a fish. You don't need to use any bait or anything like that. It's just simple. Throw it, press trigger, let go, it drops, but it's just something that's pretty difficult to do precisely, and I found it to be a frustrating experience to fish. It was definitely my least favorite activity in the game. Another tool that you have is the slingshot, and this is actually a very important tool because you'll need it to drop the air balloons that are flying above you, and you have a chance with those air balloons to get tape. That's a very important material to craft some very needed items in this game. Finally, you have a hammer tool. What the hammer does, it basically breaks down any object or structure that you've built, and unfortunately sometimes the material disappears after using the hammer, so beware of that. And you basically have a one-click inventory system. Within this inventory system, you can assign the tools to a particular joystick position. So for example, if you push back on the joystick, you'll get the hook. If you push it to the right, you'll get the slingshot. If you push it to the left, you'll get the fishing rod. So that's how you assign the tools to a particular joystick position in this game. Now this game is in early access, and because of that it is limited currently in the mechanics available in this game. You basically have a hunger and thirst mechanic. So one of the first things that you'll need to do in this game is that you'll need to build a water purifying system, and you'll need to get some wood as well in order to be able to heat the water, to purify it, and also make a mug to be able to drink the water and carry it. You'll also need to create the plant pots in order to grow your own plants so that you can yourself eat, but also keep growing plants so that you always have food ready. Unfortunately, I did die a few times early on in this game because I didn't have enough materials, but once I got acclimated to what the game wanted and was able to make more than one water purifying system and able to make several plant pots, I was easily making enough food for me and water, and I really was not in danger of dying after that point, and I can just focus on the building aspect of this game. I want to estimate it took me a little over 3 hours to be able to build everything that I wanted in this game, and you can see from the video that at the end it does look pretty nice overall. Obviously for one person I think that's not bad, but with a group of people I could have probably built something more massive than that. So honestly, there is not a lot of content in this game, but I played for over 3 hours. I only paid $8.50, so I do feel that I got my money's worth, and I had fun playing this game. It's very relaxing, it's very chill. I did like being able to decorate my building the way that I wanted, but there's obviously lots of different structures that I'd like to see be made available. One of them is being able to build a door. I think the ability to make a refrigerator or a freezer would also be a great idea, and then you could add a mechanic where the food maybe does spoil if you just leave it out there. Obviously I also want full locomotion and smooth and snap turning. I like to see the functions currently there where you're switching items using the joystick to be changed, and either you have a tool belt, a holster, or you have a backpack with your items there, and using your backpack you can switch the different tools that you're using, and I think that would be more immersive than the current system in place. Other improvements that I would like to see are to the visual quality of this game and also to the audio quality of this game. The graphics, especially in the background, are just too simple. I'd like to see some birds flying in the air. I'd like to see more variety of fish. I would really like the ability to go underwater and see the underwater life in this game. That would be awesome. As far as the audio here, it's pretty bad. Anything they could do to improve that would be wonderful. It really is missing a musical soundtrack as well. It's pretty quiet at too many times in this game. Anyways, I do recommend this game. I did have fun. It is a relaxing survival game. The thirst and hunger mechanic are not too overbearing, and once you get set up you can easily focus on building for a good while before having to worry about having to take a drink of water or having to eat food. So as you guys know, I don't rate games on potential. I rate the game as I played it, and like I said, I played over 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours in this game. I enjoyed it, I had fun, and if I have to score it, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's good, and I hope it only gets better once it leaves early access. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. If you like my review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of the video. Goodbye.